I never liked New Year's Eve at my parents' house. But this year, something felt wrong the moment I stepped onto their porch with my 8-year-old son, Mason. The house glowed with warm golden lights, music blasting, voices laughing inside. But when I knocked, the laughter didn't stop. No one rushed to welcome us. No one said, "Happy New Year." Not even fake excitement. Dad cracked the door open like I was a stranger trying to sell him something. He didn't smile. "You're late," he said sharply. I checked my phone. "It's 7:13. That's the time you told us." Mom appeared behind him, crossing her arms. "We expected you to ruin the energy tonight," she said. Energy. That word again. My parents believed everything bad that happened, bills, broken appliances, sickness, stress, somehow came from me. And lately, from Mason too. I stepped inside quietly, holding Mason's hand a little tighter. The living room was full. My sister Kayla, her husband, and their daughters sat comfortably around the fireplace in matching sparkly outfits. Everyone looked warm and included. Except us. We stood in the cold doorway like unwanted background characters. Kayla looked me up and down, smirking. "Wow," she said. "You really wore that for New Year's?" She didn't mean my clothes. She meant me. My existence. My presence. Mason shifted behind me, shy and uncomfortable. "Go say hi," I whispered gently. Kayla snorted loud enough for everyone to hear. "Why?" "He brings bad luck just like you." Dad turned sharply toward Mason. "Stand straight. You're slouching. You look weak." He was 8. 8. Mom shoved a plastic bag into my hands. "Take these drinks to the kitchen. And don't break anything. You already ruin enough." Mason tugged my sleeve. "Mom, I'm hungry." Before I could answer, Dad cut in. "He can wait. Kids like him need discipline. Kids like him." Every year, it felt like they chipped away another piece of him, and another piece of me. Dinner wasn't ready for us. Everyone else had full plates, steak, salmon, sides, warm bread. Mason and I were told to wait outside the kitchen until the adults finished. Adults. As if I wasn't one. As if my son didn't count. Mason leaned against me quietly, small and warm, like he was trying to disappear. The minutes crawled. 8:30. 9:10. 9:40. Mom walked out of the kitchen carrying a tray of food for Kayla's family. She didn't even look at Mason. When he reached for a single piece of bread on the table, she pulled the tray away sharply. "Don't touch what isn't yours," she said. "He's hungry," I whispered. "Not my problem," she replied, sipping her wine. Everything escalated when the TV announced the countdown schedule. My family had a twisted belief. The first person to bring bad vibes before midnight would ruin the entire year. Guess who they blamed every year? Me and Mason. This year, they decided to cleanse their luck. At 10 p.m., Kayla spilled juice on the floor herself, but pointed straight at Mason. "See? He's ruining the vibe already. Kick them out before midnight." The room went quiet. Everyone looked at us like we were insects crawling across their celebration. Dad stood up slowly, anger tightening his face. "You two bring the curse," he said. "Tonight we end it." I stepped in front of Mason. "We're leaving. Don't come near my son." But he walked right past me, cold and dismissive, like I wasn't even there. Mom grabbed Mason's arm, pulling him forward. "Stop crying," she hissed. "You're always ruining everything." Kayla laughed from the couch. "He cries over everything. No wonder the energy drops when he walks in." Mason's face fell. He didn't even speak. He just lowered his head like he believed them. Dad stepped closer to me. "You don't get to talk back in my house." His voice wasn't loud. It was worse, calm, controlled, certain. He grabbed my jacket sleeve and pulled me toward the back door. Mom opened it wide. An icy wind blasted into the room. Snowfall whipped across the porch. It was below freezing, a full blizzard outside. Out, she said. We're ending the bad luck before midnight. Kayla grinned like it was entertainment. Finally. Peace for once. They didn't shove us. They didn't scream. They didn't hit us. They did something worse. They closed the door. Just like that. With no jackets for Mason, no shoes for him because Kayla had hidden them earlier as a joke, no explanation, no hesitation. I pounded on the door. He's a child. You can't. The door clicked shut. Music turned up. Laughter rose. Glasses clinked. Warmth and comfort continued without us. Through the window, I heard my mom's voice say, "To a good year, now that the trash is outside." Mason trembled violently. "I'm cold," he whispered. His little teeth chattered. I pulled him close, wrapping my arms around him, shielding him from the wind. We crouched behind the shed, the only place blocking the storm. "I'm here," I whispered. "I'm here. I won't let you go." But inside me, something snapped. Not like a cry. More like a switch. A clean, quiet, permanent switch. "They wanted to leave bad luck behind," I whispered into his freezing hair. "So now, I'm going to leave them behind." For the first time in my life, I wasn't crying. I was planning. I felt my pockets. My phone was gone. Kayla must have taken it. But they forgot one thing. I kept an old spare key to my old car, a car I parked down the street because Dad didn't like its ugly look. I carried Mason through the snow, step by step. The wind slapped my face. The cold bit through my clothes. But I didn't stop. By the time we reached the car, Mason could barely whisper. I got him inside, wrapped him in an old blanket from the trunk, and blasted the heater. When the warm air finally hit him, he cried. Soft at first. Then harder. Real crying, the kind that comes from hurt you can't see on the body. "Why do they hate us?" he sobbed. I froze. He had never asked that out loud. I brushed his hair back. "We're not staying around for them to hurt us again," I whispered. "I promise you." But promises weren't enough anymore. I drove straight to the nearest urgent care. My ribs ached from tension. My cheek stung from the cold. Mason had early frostbite starting on his toes and fingers. The nurse took one look and her face dropped. "What happened?" she asked softly. "Family," I said. She nodded. Like she heard that answer too many times. At the hospital's lost and found desk, they let me use their landline. I didn't call my parents. Or my sister. I called everyone else. My aunt. My uncle. Cousins. Neighbors. Church members. Mom's friends. Dad's coworkers. I said the same quiet sentence every time. My parents kicked me and my son outside during the blizzard. He almost got frostbite. I thought you should know. I didn't explain. I didn't add emotion. People fill in the blanks themselves, and they always imagine worse than the truth. I used the hospital computer and sent one email to every address saved in my old account. I wish you all a happy new year. I'm spending mine in urgent care after my parents locked me and my son outside during the storm. This is goodbye. No anger. No rant. Just facts. And silence. I didn't return to the party. I didn't call. I didn't argue. I scheduled one delayed email to be delivered at 12:05 a.m. Congratulations. You started the year without your bad luck. Don't contact us again. Then I blocked their numbers. Blocked their emails. Blocked everything. For 3 weeks, I said nothing. Silence is powerful. It makes guilty people crumble. And they did. Their friends stopped inviting them. Neighbors stopped greeting them. Church members avoided them. Mom's bragging friend Cheryl even showed up at their house and told her. In a blizzard? With a child? You're disgusting. My parents had no idea who had told. Because the truth was simple. Everyone told. Exactly 1 month later, I returned to their house, not to forgive, not to fight, but to end it cleanly. Dad opened the door. His eyes were tired. His voice was small. Come home, he said. We made a mistake. Mom peeked from behind him. You're still our daughter. You can't erase us. I looked at both of them. Calm. Steady. You erased us first. Dad stepped closer. We'll change. Just come back. I pulled a paper from my pocket, a written boundary notice. Mason and I will not be part of your lives anymore. No holidays. No visits. No contact. I handed it to them. You wanted a year without bad luck, I said. You're getting a lifetime. Dad's face collapsed. Mom's eyes filled with fear. Not anger, fear of being alone. That's what happens, I said softly. When you throw away the only people who ever cared about you. And I walked away. My revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't screaming or fighting. It was simple. We left. For good. And for people like them, being ignored, being erased, hurts more than any punishment could. I buckled Mason into the car, kissed his forehead, and whispered. We're starting the year right. Without them. And for the first time ever. I actually meant it. Please like and subscribe for more videos, also comment where you're watching from.